Hello, my friends. It is so good to see you guys. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. If you're a dad, feel free to let me know. Happy Father's Day to you guys. As a dad myself and having a dad, today was a really special day. And yeah, it was awesome. And I got to spend a lot of time with my dad, which was great. And my kids got to spend a lot of time with me, which hopefully was good for them. It was good for me. I know that. So feel free to leave in the chat where you're watching in from. It is so good to see you guys. Sorry for being a little bit late. We just got back from my parents' house, actually, where we got to spend the entire afternoon hanging out and playing out on the water. So my kids absolutely love kayaking right now, which is really fun. Kayaking is always my favorite as not a teen really, but like as a junior high school. I just always loved it. Canoeing, not so much. Like I would do it, but the canoes always seemed to tip over way too quickly. So I love kayaking. It was a blast. Several of my uncles actually had kayaks, so I love going kayaking with them. And my parents got some kayaks, and it was really cool because we'll go over there. And they've got two, so my wife and I will go, and we'll just have a kid sitting in front of us. But my dad snagged some kid kayaks, and so my kids have been going crazy and begging for us to go over there so we can go kayaking. So super fun to be able to spend some time with them. I want to start off today playing a brand new lyric video that if you follow me on Twitter, hey Janet, it is so good to see you. Fantastic. Thanks so much for being here, friend. So I'm going to play a brand new lyric video that I just made this past week. For you guys, if you follow me on the Twitter sphere, it is, I think I posted it earlier this morning, possibly, and I'll release it out on YouTube here probably tomorrow for y'all. But did want to share it with you guys tonight. So I'm going to do that. Let me pull it up here real quick. And of course, if you have any questions for me, you can always feel free to put that in the chat, or if you have any songs you'd like me to do, please throw those in the chat as well. Happy Father's Day to you as well. Roy, good to have you in here. Larry, good to see you, buddy. Thanks so much for coming, being a hang out with me. Happy Father's Day again to all you guys out there. Let me play this brand new lyric video for you. You let me know what you think. And I'm going to snag my guitar, and we'll keep singing some songs for you. How about that? Here we go.
On the open ocean, feeling so lost at sea, wondering where, wondering why this wasn't where you wanted to be. Looking out for the shoreline, wanting to give up your dream, feeling no hope, tired alone, needing someone else to believe. I'll be one more drop in your ocean, freedom to sail free. Faster you go, sooner you'll grow. Rising tide lifts all at sea, lifts all at sea. Wind fills your sails, fair winds and following seas, flying on hope, never alone. It's your turn to ignite someone's dream. Be one more drop in your ocean, freedom to sail, we reach. Faster you go, sooner you'll grow. Rising tide lifts all at sea. We're all in this together, different boats. drop in your ocean. Freedom to sail, be free. The faster you go, the sooner you'll grow. Rising tide lifts all at sea. Be one more drop in your ocean. Freedom to sail, be marine. The faster you go, the sooner you'll grow. Rising tide lifts all at sea. Lifts all at sea.
Alrighty. So what'd you guys think? It's pretty good. If not, that's okay. So crazy story. Oh, thanks, Janet. I love that song too. I always come up with these really crazy ideas for what I want to do for like music videos and that sort of thing. I wanted to do it with a sailboat and have my son like out trying to learn how to sail, or me out there trying to learn how to sail, that sort of thing. And then my dad come by and basically like either my dad or me come and teach the son how to actually sail, pull the sail up and go on its merry way. The downside is the boat that I'm going to use for now. The sail and everything is over at my dad's place, and it's technically his boat. And Indiana passed a law since the last time I was in the water to where you have to title everything that's over a certain foot amount, and anything that's more than like paddle powered. So since it's sail powered, it needs to be actually registered, and it's never been registered ever because sailboats under a certain length in Ohio never had to, and in Indiana for a while. So I still want to do that, and that'll probably be something that'll hopefully happen this summer sometime when the weather's nice. But I gotta get it washed, get it in the back of a truck, and then actually work on getting it titled and registered and all that fun stuff. So we can get it in the water, and then I can actually shoot the music video and then edit it and get it to you guys. So there are some music video stuff that, even though it's not like that's insurmountable and it's not like it costs $10 million to do, just logistically, there's a ton of stuff that's going on that need them to all kind of line up in order to make it happen. So, all right, but super excited to be with you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Do feel free to share this wherever you're watching it. If you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, if you want to just share it with somebody that you think would enjoy being able to come and hang out, would love to have more people to be able to just sing songs for them. And if anybody has any song requests, feel free to bust those into the chat. And I'm going to just start going.
Lord is my shepherd, there's nothing I lack. He lets me lie down in green pastures. It leads me beside quiet waters, renews my life, and leads me on the right path. For his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest of valleys, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows.
Oh, I can do that, Janet.
Oh, surely goodness and love will pursue me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. If you'd only know what I had done, you know it'd take a lot to forgive this broken one. Some would never consider my soul worth anything, but to him who is much bigger, I was worth everything. My God is bigger than the stars in the sky. My God is bigger than the question why. My God is bigger than the storm or the sea. My God is big enough to love me. Pieces all around, sharpened to the tip, cutting all the past like a diamond bit. But we all started out this way, broken pieces on the ground. None would even take the chance until my good Lord found. My God is bigger than the stars in the sky. My God is bigger than the question why. My God is bigger than the storm or the sea. My God is big enough to love me. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. But he still loves me. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. But he still loves me. Oh, my God is bigger than the stars in the sky. My God is bigger than the question why. My God is bigger than the storm or the sea. My God is big enough to love me. My God is big enough to love me. Big enough to love me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Awesome. Great suggestion there, Janet. Thanks so much for doing that. Larry, question. What's my dad's name? My dad's name is Jeff Fawcett. Super awesome guy. Actually has been a marketing professor and the dean of a marketing department for a long time. Super great guy. And the funny thing is, like, some people ask me and some of like how I market my music and that sort of stuff. And just the interesting way that I do it, I guess. And a lot of it is really just by growing up at the
dinner table of an absolute genius when it comes to marketing. Um, and my dad's amazing, super awesome guy, and yeah, super super thankful that he's my dad. And I hope you guys are thankful for your dads. I know some of the questions that I've asked both on Twitter and on YouTube or on Facebook. Not everybody had a great childhood, whether it was because their parents weren't involved or maybe their parents were too involved. There's lots of different reasons that people go into as to whether or not they look back with fondness on their childhood, or if they look back and are somewhat disappointed or angry even because of how they were brought up. And for one, like, I think honestly, like, the beautiful part is that we all have a heavenly Father that's perfect, and there is nothing that will ever change that. The other beautiful part is, even if you had a childhood that you want to run away from or you want to forget, you're still here right now, and I'm super super thankful for that. And I couldn't imagine what life would be like without you here. I think everybody has something to offer. God's uniquely designed you for this present time and to be able to impact people the way that only you can. And as part of the main reasons why I write music is to help encourage people to go and live the way God has called them to. We actually were talking about in church today about using our spiritual giftedness, and what God's gifted us with. Could be encouragement, could be singing, could be serving other people. God, if he has given you breath in your lungs, has given you gifts that are for serving and edifying the body of Christ. And it was really, really encouraging. It's kind of a super personal story, but my daughter, at least one of my daughters, this morning did not want to go into her Sunday school class. And so she came to church with me, and Abby was teaching in her Sunday school class. So it was just me and my little daughter, Opal, and I absolutely love her to death. She's so adorable and one of the sweetest kids ever. And the last time that it was just Opal and I in church together, it was at a different church, and I cried during that church service because it was the last church service that we were there. And this church service, I cried again, and it was for completely different reasons. I was just overwhelmed with the joy of being able to serve with believers who have God's mission at the forefront of their minds, and to hear just the pastor's heart and the pastoral team's heart for serving and loving the community that's around them and actively pursuing it, and encouraging those in the church to actively pursue serving other people, and also to understand that God's mission is far beyond just our 501c3 church. And we don't have to get into the reasons why I was crying in the previous church service last time when I was Opal, but it was just such a cool, healing, and reconcilable moment for me to be there, and for my daughter to see me cry for, I don't want to say, well, I'll say it this way, seeing me cry for good reasons, because good things are happening, and because I was just so overwhelmed with God's goodness and what he's done in our life and what he continues to do and allows us to be a part of his story. Instead of me crying because I'm sad and heartbroken over the misuse of God's authority given to man and mistreated and misused. You go from one that is all about themselves and is so internally focused. I'm sure you guys have heard the phrase, so heavenly focused that they're of no earthly good. And I feel like what plagues most churches, or what plagues a lot of churches, I won't say most because I don't know most, but what plagues a lot of churches is they're so internally focused on themselves and their own comforts and own desires, that they're of no ministry good or of no good to the kingdom, because they're so focused on them, what they do for their people, instead of what God's doing to call his people home. I can't remember exactly who said it, but it was a teacher that I got the opportunity to sit underneath of, whether it was at camp, and basically the gist of what he had said was, I'm just a fellow brother and sister. I am a fellow journey child of God, seeking for fellow brothers and sisters and calling them home. That's my goal as a believer. It's not to change people's minds, to blow their socks off so much that why would they choose anything? It's literally to go and find fellow brothers and sisters and point them home. And I think, unfortunately, sometimes we get it wrong. I think we all get it wrong at different times. But I'm so thankful for the ministry we get to be a part of, and to be able to be a part of it in a way that allows us to actually serve the community and seek out and create disciples of all nations, and not just staying in. Abby and I were talking about earlier the idea of a holy huddle. So we used to work at, actually, she grew up at camp ministry. I don't know, you guys probably have heard that before, but she used to work, or I used to work at the camp that she grew up at. And she worked there during the summers as well. And one of the things that we used to tell all the counselors a lot of times, because it's really easy, you spend 2 weeks getting to know all the staff you're going to be serving with all summer, and you build great friendships and relationships. And then kids show up, and you're supposed to be counseling them and working with them and doing all that stuff. And it was just so easy during free time or pop shop time for the counselors to just group up together so they could talk about different things, because they already have community with each other, and they've got these kids that they've been taking care of and helping with and all that stuff. So we would go and say, hey, like, camp is so you can go and serve your campers. You'll have time this weekend to be able to catch up and do this stuff. And there were certain moments throughout the day where they'd be able to, catch up or even encourage each other throughout. But if you're just constantly sitting around and talking to other counselors, you're not helping out the kids that are there that you're supposed to be counseling. And I think maybe we've gotten a little bit too comfortable with the holy huddles that we've created in our own lives, and we've neglected going and actually seeking the lost, which is the very reason why Christ came, was to seek and save the lost. He didn't come for the healthy, he came for the sick. Now, the ironic part about that verse too is I feel like it was almost said a little bit tongue-in-cheek, because we're all sick. So
I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. The closer I get, the further it seems. The longer I have to travel between these walls, the more and more I long to leave. In this atmosphere, it's getting harder to breathe. In this atmosphere, it's getting harder to see. I won't give up, for you won't give up on me. And I won't give up. Like you, I'll die trying. Yeah, I can feel the mountains start to tremble. The more it moves, the more hope fades. Ahead the light starts to flicker. More and more, more with each shake. In this atmosphere, it's getting harder to breathe. In this atmosphere, it's getting harder to see. And I won't give up. You won't give up on me. And I won't give up. Like you, I'll die trying. and I know the light in the light knows me. Oh, and I know the light in the light knows me. I won't give up, for you won't give up on me. And I won't give up on you, I'll die trying. Yeah, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Closer I get, the further it seems.
Awesome stuff. That's such a fun song. I love singing that one. Just because I don't know. It seems like more and more recently there have been a lot of songs that I've written specifically about life in general, and it's been an honor to be able to be the soundtrack to a lot of your guys' lives, and I really appreciate it. Like the song earlier, "Rising Tide," there were a lot of people who messaged me and just said, "Wow, like I feel like you spoke just to me," and I really love that. I think a lot of that is the Holy Spirit's using my words to be able to impact people. There's nothing I think that's super crazy special about what I write, other than just trying to write the best that I can to be able to connect with people, which is really my heartbeat, is to try to connect with people as much as I can for the specific purpose of letting them know that they are created on purpose and that God has a purpose for their life because they have breath in their lungs. And one of the ways that I've been able to do that is through this gospel tee that I am super, super excited about. I still have quite a few of them left if you're interested in getting one. The front of it literally has the gospel, and then it has the wordless book colors on it, which stand for sin, Christ's redemption or Christ's blood, washing white as snow, heaven with gold, green for growing in Christ, and then blue for do you believe this? And I think that's a question that all of us believers need to continually ask ourselves, not because we should question our faith continually every single day, so much as we need to question our actions. Are our actions lining up with what we truly believe? Then, of course, on the back of the shirt, there's a large QR code that says you're not going to want to skip this. And it literally is me giving the gospel presentation to somebody through a video when they scan the QR code. So it's a way for you to be able to share the gospel just by wearing a t-shirt around. I actually had a really cool, and I wonder if I can pull it up real quick. I'll see if I can find it. A buddy of mine who actually bought the gospel tee and wore it on his way to go pick up his daughter from camp. And it was really cool because he actually got stopped by somebody and said, "Hey, share the gospel. Like, what is the gospel?" And said he was not expecting it. It was one of those things that just popped up, and yes, here it is. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so we can all take a look at this. By the way, this is another artist. His name is Matt Bodie. So another Matt that you guys can fall in love with and enjoy. Phenomenal artist. I think if you love my stuff, you'll definitely love him too. So let me show you this video because I think it's absolutely amazing. So this is Matt and him talking about the gospel tee.
So we're on the road, going up to the mountains in North Georgia to pick up Grace and camp. She's been there all week. I was wearing my gospel t-shirt, good music, and all places in the bathroom. The guy standing next to me asked me about my t-shirt. So I had to tell him. So people unexpected experience. Don't necessarily expect to share your faith in Jesus while handling yourself in the middle of the QT, but hey, it's the way God works sometimes, maybe. So yeah, this is technically day 2 of wearing the gospel tee. So all you Matt Fawcett fans out there, you'll get the inside joke on that. I technically put it on last night before bed, so this is technically day 3. So anyways, thought I would just share a random coincidence there that probably doesn't happen very often. So take care.
Super, super cool guy. And honestly, like, I love that he shared that story, specifically with the gospel tee, because I know that in wearing it, it's really, really interesting how it's kind of like the WWJD bracelets. In when I was growing up, he had this bracelet on, and I remember my parents having a sit down conversation with me and saying, "Okay, listen, if you're going to wear this, you need to understand what it stands for. It's what would Jesus do? So you need to make sure as you are living and walking, that reminder of how am I living like Christ." And it was really, really helpful for me as a kid to remember, like, am I actually living the way Christ would live and walk? And I noticed I've worn the gospel tee when I've flown, when I'm on the plane, when I'm just walking around, and it's almost this intentionality of like um, putting on, just like it talks about in Romans about um, putting on the armor of God. And I believe that's in Romans. If not, somebody correct me in the chat. But putting on the armor of God and really like remembering, like, wow, like I'm wearing this shirt today. Am I proud to represent the gospel and how I'm living and how I'm walking? And am I ready to give an answer for somebody when they ask me? I know I've worn T-shirts before that say different things on it that represent different stuff, and people will be like, "Oh yeah," and they'll say something off the cuff and be like, "What are you talking about?" Completely forgetting that I was wearing a T-shirt that had to do with what they were talking about. Kind of like wearing a name tag and forgetting that, oh yeah, my name's on the shirt. So really, really cool experience. I appreciate Matt for showing that. Again, you should go check him out. He is on YouTube and Instagram, everything else. His name is Matt Bodie, Bodie. Super, super awesome guy. And you guys should definitely follow his music and encourage him as well. He's doing some really, really cool stuff. So if you want your own gospel tee, you can click the link in the chat, or you can scan the QR code and be able to wear your faith on your sleeve as well, because it's a lot of fun. Promise. All right. Speaking of which, sometimes Ephesians, there we go, Larry. Thank you so much. I was going to say, we were talking about Romans in church this morning, and that's why it was top of mind. I was like, but that doesn't sound right. You're right. It is Ephesians. Talking about putting on the full armor of God. And I've actually had teachers encourage, like, hey, there are times in the morning, like when you put your belt on, pray for the belt of truth. We don't really have a breastplate of righteousness, but when you put your T-shirt on, when you put a hat on, helmet of salvation. Now, granted, some people when they go to work, they're not allowed to wear a hat, but you can always wear a hat from your house to your car, unless you have a lot of hair that gets, hat hair and that sort of thing. And then you got a great conversation starter. Like, why do you have hat hair every single morning? Because I put on the helmet of salvation. There we go. But it can be scary sometimes to be able to talk about something that's so personal to you, your personal beliefs. And I believe when we are faced with fear, sometimes we should face that fear.
I was born to fight for something. I can feel it in my bones. Every day has its moments, chasing rainbows and searching for gold. But I can't check this feeling, meant for something more. So take a deep breath, hit the road. From this moment right now, for this purpose we were made. Stand up, stand out, walk and live by faith. No one can deny the reason we're still here, so let's make it count. Here's to facing all our fears. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here's to facing all our fears. Living in this moment, feeling more alive. Taking every chance to do more than survive. Every breath is a miracle with no guarantee. Use it while you got it. Life's too short to skip a beat. For this moment right now, for this purpose we were made. up, stand out, walk and live by faith. No one can deny the reason we're still here, so let's make it count. Here's to facing all our fears. Breathe in, breathe out, let love bleed out. Breathe in, breathe out, let love bleed out. Breathe in, breathe out, let love bleed out. Breathe in, breathe out, let love. From this moment right now, for this purpose we were made. Stand up, stand out, walk and live by faith. No one can deny the reason we're still here, so let's make it count. Here's to facing all our fears, so let's make it count. Here's to facing all our fears. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here's to facing all our fears. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here's to facing all our fears.
Yeah, so much fun. And this picture's a little bit bigger. Sweet. Yeah, so I think that we should face our fears. I was actually talking about that this morning with again Opal, my little daughter. She's super amazing and I love her to death, but we were talking about how new can be scary. And that is one of those things that, like, it's true. Like, anytime you do something new, there's some people that anytime you try something new, it's like, I don't want to do this. Like, everything in my body is saying new, no. And yet there's so many things that we miss out on when we let fear dictate what we do. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go out and, every time you're afraid of something, like falling off of a skyscraper, just do it anyway, you'll be fine. Please don't do that. That can be dangerous at times. But I do think one of the things that we can do is make sure that when we are fearful, to identify why we're being afraid of it. And if we are afraid of it for those reasons, make sure that they're good reasons. One of them could be, hey, I don't want to die because I don't want to fall from super high heights. I have that fear. I don't really like heights. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Now, granted, if I'm in a harness, I feel much, much safer and better. And so that fear is one that I'm willing to put up with to be able to go down a zip line or to climb a rock wall, because those are things that I feel more comfortable with when I know what the risks are, why I'm scared, and how I can actually not just live through being scared, but actually, grow through it. So let's see. Janet said, Matt, Live song hits my heart dearly. We can do, we'll do Live. So this one came out in February, I think, of this year. Because, Slow Down was first, and then we did Live. So anyway, this is Live. Absolutely love this song. And I'm glad you guys do too.
Every pain has a purpose. Sometimes we won't understand. Looking at all the wreckage, beauty looks back at you instead. 'Cause the fire destroys the now. My life awaits beneath the cooling ash. Smoke-filled eyes don't listen to the lies that try to say that this is all there is. The night is young as darkness comes. Promise me you won't give in. Take my hand and live. clouds fade away, the morning breaks to a brand new day, left to ourselves and nothing else, living life we never planned to live. 'Cause life destroys the now, but life awaits beneath the cooling ash. With smoke-filled ice, don't listen to lies. They're trying to say that this is all there is. The night is young as darkness comes. Promise me you won't give in. Take my hand and live. May seem impossible in the moment you're in now, but don't give up with breath in your lungs. Your purpose still exists. Smoke-filled eyes, don't listen to the lies. Try to say that this is all there is. Night is young as darkness comes. Promise me you won't give in. Smoke-filled eyes, don't listen to the lies. Trying to say that this is all there is. The night is young, darkness comes. Promise me you won't give in. Take my hand and live. Take my hand and live.
Love that song. Fantastic. Thanks for suggesting that, Janet. Such a fun one. We've had a lot of fun songs, like this one that just came out not too long ago.
You were designed to live this life. Give all you have, leave nothing behind. Birth to love, gifted to serve. We're all created with eternal worth. So child, lift your head up. There's no mistakes in the Father's eyes. I read it in the good book. Oh, if you believe, black and white he defines his love for you and me before the dawn of time. Knew your name, led his son the world to see. We are precious in his sight. Red and yellow, black and white, created in the image of the divine. Growing up, we all had dreams, hopes we could be anything. Your mistakes don't define you, who are precious in his eyes. So child, lift your head up. There's no mistakes in the Father's eyes. I read it in the good book. time. Do your name. Send his son the world to save. We are precious in his sight. Red and yellow, black and white, created in the image of the divine. Childlike faith in God-sized grace, it's all we really need. I read it in the good book. You'll know if you believe. Black lines, his love for you and me before the dawn of time. Do your name, send his son the world to save. We are precious in his sight. Red and yellow, black and white, created in the image of the divine. Created in the image of the divine.
Oh man, such a fun. This is a fun song. So many good ones, and those have all come out this year, which is super crazy to believe. That yeah, all that stuff is again. You guys, thank you so much for your support and everything that you guys do. There is just a huge outflow from you guys that allow me to be able to write these songs, to put them out there. We have the $2 community. If you want to join that, that literally is the reason for that is two things. One, if you want to support me, you can do that through the $2 community. It's $2 a month. And that means that you're going to be actively praying for me and agree with what I'm doing. If you don't agree with what I'm doing or you're not going to pray for me, don't join it. But that's the whole goal, is to have people who are specifically praying for me, what I'm doing through music, and the lives that will be affected by it. And then I share different videos, things in there, some more behind the scenes content and stuff specifically for people. It's not supposed to be something crazy expensive or anything like that. It literally is just so that I know that you guys are praying for me, and that you have access to me to be able to tell me how you're doing, and that I can support you as well. So cool part would be if we get a bunch of people in there, it allows me to continue to focus solely on creating music and content for you guys to help encourage you in your walk in your faith to go out and make disciples of all nations. Which, speaking of, one of the ways that you can do that is you can change a child's life forever tonight, specifically through Holt International. If you are already supporting and sponsoring a child, that is fantastic and awesome. This is not meant to guilt trip anybody. This is literally just an open-ended opportunity. If you are willing to sponsor and change a child's life tonight, I would love nothing more than to send you a gospel tee for free as my gift to you for being able to impact the child's life forever. By coming alongside them, helping their family out financially so that they can stay together as a family unit, Lord willing. And if for some reason that's not possible, to be able to have a living situation where the child is protected and safe and can learn more about Jesus and be able to love him as well. And would love to come alongside families and do that. You can sponsor a child through Holt International. One of the initiatives that I am kicking off will probably be very, very soon, and I'll send more details via email about that. So if you haven't yet, you should join the community because you'll get emails from me. But if you want me to come and do a house show for you, there is going to be a way where you can actually have either your community, your church, your ABF, your Sunday school class, you collectively help get 20 kids sponsored, and I will literally drive out to your house, do a house show completely for free just for you as a celebration of impacting these kids. So I would absolutely love to do way more of those than there are days in the year. That would be an awesome, awesome problem to have, and we would solve it probably by doing 2 shows a day. But that's a problem that I would love to have. Right now, I just want to extend that opportunity to you. If you're interested in doing that, You can sponsor a child tonight. The way it's set up right now is when you sponsor a child, just take a picture of your receipt that says like, congratulations, thanks so much for sponsoring your child. Email it to me at info@mattfawcettmusic.com. And then I'll get you a gospel tee. And if you want to do the 20 challenge of getting 20 kids, people who are actually sponsoring them, then yeah, we'll come out and do a house show for you. It'll be awesome. I am going to be doing a giveaway for what I'm calling a My House show, which how that would work is it's literally going to be a Zoom house show. So I'll be at my house, you'll be at yours, but it would be a Zoom call specifically with you. So where you can actually give me direct feedback, we can talk to each other. You can request songs, all that stuff. And so I will start doing those. I'm going to give away one a month. So I'm going to, again, this will come in an email. So join the community. But what will happen is we'll figure out, probably have to be a part of one of these live streams to give that away. When I give it away, whoever wins, we will be on a Zoom call together, and then I'm actually going to live stream it. So other people can watch on YouTube, but they won't be able to have like comments and stuff like that on the side. It literally would just be me and the fan that wins having a house show interaction, but you guys will still get the ability to watch. And then if you want to have one of your own, if you don't win it, then there is, I think we're doing $500 to make that happen. So if you're interested in doing a house show with me virtually, just send me a message at info@mattfawcettmusic.com. Or you can leave a message even on this chat, and I will find it and I will message you and we'll get that booked up. Those can be in the evenings, can be in the afternoons. It's your time, your place. So just let me know. And then of course we have the full-fledged house shows, which would be me coming out there, which you can do either through getting the Holt sponsorship stuff done, or there is a way where there's a price for it plus expenses to be able to get out there and make that happen. So I'm probably only going to be able to, capacity-wise, be able to do 5 house shows a month. So if you're interested in doing that and you want to get in on June, because we're already halfway through the month, let me know as quickly as you possibly can so we can get something on the books and the date, because they will fill up quickly for June and then also for July and August. Those are super popular months because people are usually taking vacation, that sort of thing. There's a lot more free time, having the kids around, that sort of stuff. But that's going to be kind of the path moving forward, is that there'll be 5 house shows available every single month. And as soon as they're spoken for and they're taken, then we'll have to move to the next month. That allows me to be present with my family, still be a good dad to my kids, be a good husband to my wife, and then also be able to spend dedicated time with you guys who are wanting to do the house shows. So, and that house show can either be one of the paid ones or it can be one of the whole international sponsored ones. So want to make sure you guys were the first to know about that. So there will be more details coming this week. I'm working on a ton of stuff on the back end to make this flow and function to where we can continually do this, to where it allows me to spend more time present with you guys. But just love being able to spend time with you, to be able to sing songs that matter to you, that are impacting your life and helping encourage you in your faith. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are amazing and awesome. If you would do me a favor and just hit the like button on this video, whether you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook or Twitter, if you could just like this, that helps me out a ton. Just because that allows other people to know, hey, this was actually pretty decent, or like this guy's okay and he's not gonna, he's not a mass murderer or gonna kill a bunch of people, which I guess that's kind of a weird thing to say. But I'm not. I'm just a nice, normal guy that apparently every once in a while has lawnmower blades fall off of his mower, which is kind of a funny story and a very interesting thing. I had a lawnmower mishap. Everybody's fine. Everybody's safe. Nobody got hurt in it at all. But what ended up happening was literally I had my mower blade fall off of my lawnmower. And I didn't realize it. I had just finished mowing the front yard. I went around to the backyard with the mower blades off, drove around, and then I got back there and started doing it. And I was like, man, this thing is not cutting very well. And I just put these blades on like a week ago. And I just had to retighten them and everything else because of our grass being way too long, because I let it go too long and trips and all that stuff. I kept having to redo and go over. I was like, this is so weird. And then I like looked down and I pulled the guard up and there was no blade spinning. So I got off thinking, great, like the blade got hung up or whatever, and it's, burning the belt or something like that. But the rest of the deck seemed fine. Looked under it, there's no blade there whatsoever at all. God, you got to be kidding me. So I drove back to the front yard, where it was the last place where I knew that I'd cut flat. And sure enough, literally the blade was sitting in the grass, with the bolt and the washer. The bolt and washer were there. The washer was still on the bolt, and they were sitting literally like 5 inches away from the blade, just in the middle of the grass. And so what had happened, I guess, is when I turned the mower off and then drove around, it had apparently been at least loose enough to where it backed itself out and fell straight down. I was blown away. Nobody got hurt. The mower didn't have catastrophic damage. Everything worked really, really well. I was super blessed, and praise be to God for keeping my family safe, because it would have been horrible if that had flown off. And I actually had a bunch of people. I put a reel up, or a short, on YouTube that's actually going gangbusters crazy right now, which is with the amount of views on it, which is kind of cool. But I had a bunch of people who were commenting on it, like, man, like, dude, that's scary. There's a lot of people who get hurt with lawnmowers. Like, yep, apparently. And there were a bunch of people who were like, you're supposed to check that stuff. Like, I did check it, and for whatever reason, like, it backed itself off and it wasn't tight enough. So what do you do? Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I'm actually going to finish out my Father's Day with going and catching some fireflies with my kids. So it is dusk here, and I don't want to miss it with them. They've been begging all week, and we told them that they could stay up late and go catch fireflies tonight, because yesterday they wanted to do it. We had church this morning, and we're like, nope, we're not doing that. We're not skipping church, going late. So we're going to go catch some fireflies. So I hope for you guys, you'll be able to go catch your own fireflies this week. And let me know how I can serve you. This is always an open-ended discussion, and I want to be as helpful as I possibly can. I find it ironic. There's some people, and probably there's some people who are, Christian musicians, and they're out there saying, oh, this is a discussion. We want this to be both-sided and that sort of thing. And then if you disagree with them, or they actually ask you a question, they don't respond. I am a real human being. I believe that faith and salvation is through faith in Christ alone. Works don't get you to heaven, but we are supposed to work because of our faith that compels us. And if you got questions on that or anything else, I'm here. Shoot me an email, info@mattfawcettmusic.com. I answer them. It's me, myself, and I. We're trying to do everything we can to make this work, so we can continue to encourage you guys in your faith, help you go and make disciples, and live a life that honors and glorifies God, because you are living it on purpose, which he set before the dawn of time. He knew your name and knew why you needed to be here right here now. So hope you guys live that and know it. From the bottom of my heart, I love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Have an awesome rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Father's Day. If you haven't talked to your dad yet, call him. Tell him you love him, and wish him a happy Father's Day. And we will see you guys next time. Love you guys. We'll see y'all.